Hello, beautiful manifestors. It is Olivia Grace, and I am back with another video. And in this video, we're going to be talking about how to robotic affirm in and from the God state. And this is going to kind of be a different take on robotic affirming. This is something that I've just been noticing as I've been getting deeper into my God state and really accepting myself and the creator in more moments. I find that robotic affirming or constantly speaking in your favor is kind of it's a part of being in your God state. So we're going to talk about all of that today. If you're new here, then welcome. I'm Olivia Grace. This is Master Manifestors channel. Here I talk about law of assumption, manifestation, all that good stuff. So I'd love to have you be a part of the channel. Hello to everybody that's hopping in. Hi Ty. Hi Mama Kay. Hi Alice Carline. Hi Caleb. You're so sweet, Ty. Thank you. Hi Bukola. Hi Mocha Drop. Hi Reality Godifested. Hi Natoya. Hi Eva. All my bays are here. Happy Tuesday, guys. As per usual, this is going to be a very extremely powerful video and is going to be very life-changing. So I'm excited to share with you guys what I came up with, okay? All right. So those of you who watch my videos know that it's not that I speak against robotic affirming, but I talk about how it's not necessary for you to like get what you want, and it can be taxing. And here's the reason why, and here's the way to do it that I feel like can be even more powerful, okay? So a lot of times when we're robotic affirming, like we've been talking about being in your God state and being and knowing yourself as one with your desire, rather than knowing yourself as separate from your desire and doing a technique to get you something that you're believing or claiming or knowing to be outside of you, right? So when you're doing that, that is what causes the burnout, because this is just kind of shortening the past few videos that I've been talking about this in, which is the state that you're coming is, I don't have it, it's separate from me, and I'm gonna do these things, to get something that's separate from me. But of course, reality is reflecting what you believe about yourself. Reality is reflecting the state that you're in, the assumption that you're in, the belief that you're in. So if the state and assumption and belief is, I don't have it, and I'm trying to do this thing to get something out of 3D, that's why, sometimes people have trouble with that. Now, what I've noticed is that when you're knowing yourself as God, you're knowing that every moment is creative. And I'm going to expand on that in a second, but every moment, every word, every thought is creative. And that doesn't mean that things are just, you're thinking blue elephants and then a blue elephant pops up inside, in front of you. But I'm going to get more into that in a second. So the first thing to know about robotic affirming is moving from trying to create something to knowing that you do create. Okay. So it's really doing the same thing, which is speaking over your life, over yourself, and over your reality, whatever it is that you want, but it's doing it from the energy of, I am creating, I'm the creator. I'm just like, if you guys caught the God state video that I made, where it's like, I'm the artist, I'm the drawer, I'm the painter. So if I'm the painter and I'm the drawer, then I might as well draw something that I want. I might as well draw something that I like, right? Rather than, I think I'm the painter and I'm going to try and do these things, or I don't really think I'm sure. You know what? These words, me doing this technique, the technique is powerful. Me, I'm just little old me, right? It's moving from, no, you are the power, and utilizing that power at every moment. Now, this is where I say it may be a little different. For some people, it may be the same, right? And I want to just say, first of all, before I continue, that if you're somebody who's like, I like to robotic affirm and I like to repeat the same statement over and over and over, and that works for me and I enjoy doing it, you probably don't even need to watch this video, okay? Do what works for you. If what I'm saying, you're like, none of this even makes any sense, I don't get it, it's probably not for you, and that's okay. But this is for those that are in the God state and still wondering, well, how do I specify what I want to create though? How do I specify what I want to express? Okay, so next part is being present and conditioning the moment, yourself and reality. Okay, so being present. This is once again, where you can define the difference between, am I trying to create something that I don't really believe is true, or am I knowing myself as the creator and knowing that I have the ability to say and speak anything that I choose over my reality? Which state am I coming from? You can only be aware of that state when you're knowing, right? When you're present. So a lot of times, and that's actually one of the other good things about robotic affirming, whether you do it in this way or the other way, is that you're forcing your mind to be present and focused on what you want. Okay. So, but instead of doing it from the essence of, well, I don't have it and I have to do this. Like some robotic affirmers, not all, but some robotic affirmers that I notice that struggle with actually getting results with it are coming from a desperate and grasping energy. So it's like, oh my God, make this thing happen, make this thing happen, please, please, please. And a lot of times you still can get what you want from there because you're focusing, which is what you want to do. But that's not necessarily, in my opinion, how you want to live your life in this kind of grasping and forcing state, right? But when you really see it rather as, I'm everything and everything already belongs to me, and my attention, my command is what lights up what already belongs to me. It's what lights up out of the infinite a specific situation or circumstance or whatever that I want to experience, and my attention is the way that I do that. And since I have this creative moment, right? Because every moment is creative. If I'm sitting here doing absolutely nothing, right, then I can be thinking wonderful things, not only about what you want from your reality, right, but over what you want for yourself, you guys. This is one of the best things that you can do, is speak over yourself as well. If you, like I told you guys in the GodState video that I was like having anxiety, and speaking over myself that no, my thoughts are clean and pure and beautiful, right? That's something really positive for you to affirm. Because to be honest, you guys, it doesn't matter how much you have if your mental health is not together. If you find yourself all over the place, if you're always feeling, anxious or whatever, it doesn't matter, right? Like, speak peace over yourself, speak love and blessings, not just the things out there, do the things out there too, but just continue to affirm yourself, your God self, you knowing yourself as God. What does that mean to you? And if you know yourself as the one that can have and does have everything, then what part of that everything are you choosing to light up? Okay. So it becomes more about not trying to create, not trying to get something I don't have, but lighting up what's already mine, being present and conditioning the moment rather than trying to get something from the moment that you're misidentified with. Okay. So the next part is thinking never stops, right? Thinking never stops, so creating never stops. And this is what I was saying when I say I was meditating when this video came to me, and God was saying create every thought is creative. Every thought is creative. And it doesn't mean that can be causing anxiety for people because they're like, oh my God, I've been thinking horrible thoughts, they're manifesting. And it's not necessarily that. It's that what you dwell on expands. And you can dwell, if you think a thought right now, if you think a negative thought, that negative thought is attracting another negative thought. And that negative thought is attracting another negative thought. And they're attracting these negative thoughts until that negative thought becomes a negative idea. And then that negative idea becomes a negative belief. And then that negative belief becomes a negative assumption. And that negative assumption becomes a negative experience in your life. So you can see there's a lot of time kind of for us to redefine what we want to define. But if you think that you're going to dwell on horrible things and things that feel terrible to you and get what you want and live an amazing life, I'm sorry, but you're mistaken, right? So now what's your thoughts like on autopilot when you're not being intentional about what you're manifesting, right? When you're not specifically like, okay, I'm manifesting this thing right now. What are your thoughts like when you're just sitting there? Right? Like for me, I'm going to be real with you guys. Previously, my thoughts were not the quality that they could be. I'll say that because I'm someone who, used to be an overthinker and used to be a very anxious person. Mine used to be, hard to focus all over the place. Right. And so thinking is never stopping. So if you know that every thought is creative, just like the negative thought leads to another negative thought and so on, a positive thought leads to another positive thought and so on. And so what I've noticed is it's like I naturally, when I'm in stillness, right? Naturally, when I'm in stillness, I start to do kind of like a soft rampage over myself, over my life, over what I'm choosing to light up, right? Not from, oh my God, I don't have this thing. Oh my God, I got to do this thing to do this thing. But from, wow, I'm creating. I'm God of my reality. I get to condition this moment, this life, this self, this being any way that I want. What kind of thoughts can I give to myself right now that would feel amazing and that's in line with me living as my God self? And everybody asks me, well, how do you stay in your God self? How do you maintain your God self? Right? You give attention to it. If you would seek your God self half, a third, a fourth as much as we seek SPs and seek money and seek outward validation, you would be freaking levitating by the evening. Okay. So this is not something, because I know there's technical people that are going to say, well, how long do I need to do that? What amount of time? 10 minutes, 11, 12? What's the magic number that's going to still get me what I want? And if that's the case, you're still not understanding what I'm saying, right? This is about being present and being aware in the moment as the creator. You should be conditioning as long as you're aware, right? So for me, Hennessy, I was thinking about you the other day. Oh my gosh, hi. But you should be thinking, you should be, as much as you are present and aware, right? Like, and this is the thing, you guys, for me personally, we're doing things. You're working, you're doing whatever, you're watching TV, you're cooking food, whatever. Sometimes you're not consciously thinking, oh my God, I'm God of my reality. Oh my God, I'm crazy. Like sometimes you're just living, y'all, and that's okay. Like you're here to do that, right? You're just living. But in those moments when you're quiet, when you catch yourself in a spiral, or you catch yourself thinking about that stupid bitch, she cut me off in traffic. Nobody knows how to drive in this city. And why are people so inconsiderate? And why is the world so terrible? Realize that you're watering that plant, right? And you actually, instead of saying, oh, damn, look at me, I'm always lighting up the wrong thoughts. Damn, I'm always thinking the wrong stuff. What's wrong with me? No, realize, wow, I have my pencil right now. And I'm drawing something I don't really want to see. I can actually just go ahead and draw something else, actually. Like, oh, I was thinking about that bitch in traffic, but I have the present moment that is full of creative power to focus on how actually everybody accommodates me. Everybody in the world just opens up to me. I feel love everywhere I go. I'm always in harmony. I'm always in synchronicity. Why? Because I said so, right? So being present in your awareness is standing back from the moment, and standing back from the self, okay? I used to say this as actually a way to get out of anxiety attacks is when you are in an emotion, it's like you're on a roller coaster, and that emotion is just taking you up and around and all around, and you're feeling what it feels like when you're on a roller coaster. Your stomach is in knots, your head's banging, and this is you just in feeling the feels of emotion. But you also have the ability and the perspective to perceive from the one on the ground that's riding the roller coaster and watching yourself on the roller coaster and see yourself like, oh, look, she's going up. Ooh, look, she's going down. Oh, there's a little loop-de-doop. That was a lot, right? You can be stepped out from the experience almost and watching yourself go through what you're going through, right? And that's how you give yourself awareness, right? So like when I was saying yesterday, I was having anxiety. Usually what happens with things like that is you're in the anxiety and you're just in it and you just let it take you, right? The anxiety just takes you. It's like, yep, y'all know how anxiety is. It's like, everything could go horrible like now. It probably is already going horrible. And it's like you get on that and ride that ride. And it's like, yeah, this could go horrible. That could go horrible. Remember last year when this went horrible? This is going horrible too. Oh my God. And it's taking you for a ride and you're just going. But then you can, if you're watching yourself, you can hear yourself thinking, right? You can hear, and this is something that will help you so much because people tell me my self-concept is perfect. My mental diet is perfect. And if that was the case, then everything would be perfect. You know what I'm saying? But you are actually not aware of how you're thinking. You're not aware of the track that your mind is on. Because you're unaware most of the time until you're sitting down to consciously affirm something or script something. But when you step back out of it and you find yourself like, oh, I'm in anxiety. And then you stop and you say, oh, Oh, I'm noticing I'm having anxiety. That doesn't actually mean that everything is going wrong, right? It's just a feeling that's trying to convince me of that. And since I'm God in my reality, and since there's only moment but now, this is the perfect time and moment for me to decide that I don't have anxiety anymore, that actually I've never had anxiety, that I'm always in perfect peace, right? But you can only make that decision as the observer. You can't make that decision as the rider. When you're on the roller coaster, you can't stop the roller coaster, right? You have to be off the roller coaster, and by the controls to stop the roller coaster. So you have to get out of the moment that you're in, out of even the being that you are, you guys. This is why something that Neville talks about that is not really talked about a lot is to do the I am meditation, right? To know yourself as God. I mean, this is pretty much the basis of his work. But he would talk about, like, when you're meditating, to know yourself as formless, know yourself as the unconditioned, know yourself as just the I am first, and then recondition yourself. Because as long as you're the person, like as long as you're the avatar, as long as you're identified with the avatar, and this is something that I've been noticing again from the God state, is that in the God state, like things where before I was like, oh, I have limiting beliefs and I don't know that I can really think that. And oh, that's hard for me. But what about this in my past? It's like, I'm not identified with the past though. I'm not identified with the past. I know that that was a story that I was playing. That was a role I was playing. That was a play I was in. That was my role as, Olivia, the human that gets anxiety. That was, and who chose it? I chose it. And if I don't want to choose it anymore, then I can unchoose it. In fact, I can choose something better, right? Don't just unchoose it, choose something else, right? Don't just say, I don't have anxiety anymore. What do you have? A peaceful, beautiful, clear mind. Your mind automatically produces beautiful thoughts, right? So you're conditioning yourself all the time anyway. So you might as well say what you want. Like before, when I thought, well, things are separate from me. And even if I'm manifesting one thing, right, I'll do my best to, in the moment, keep my mental diet and focus on having this one thing, but everything else in my life, well, I'm separate from that. I have to, purposely give my attention to that to get that. But instead, it's like, no, I'm already the all. There's nothing that I'm missing. So what do I want to light up? How can I enhance this experience, right? If you're an incredible artist and you are doing your drawing and I could draw anything that I want. I can draw anything I want. How can I make it more beautiful? How can I make it more detailed? How can I make it pop more off the page, right? And that's what you're doing as yourself and as your life, as an expression of God. How can I make it more opulent, more beautiful, more harmonious, more magnificent, more awesome, right? So, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. That's what wanted to come through today. And I'm intending it prospers, you guys. I'm going to read any questions that you guys have. But if you guys are into the topic of knowing yourself as God, I am doing a month-long program next month in August. And I would love to have you guys in it. If you guys are really looking to know yourself as God and create from that state, it will be a wonderful, incredible program for you. And you can click on the link and see more information and payment details and payment plans and all that kind of stuff as well. Okay, so yeah, don't trip, don't panic. So some of y'all that like trap music, y'all should listen to the song called Don't Panic by Rick Ross. It's Rick Ross and Meek Mill. And the song is actually about like drug dealers. I don't know if I can say that on live, but that's what it's about. And basically like the cops are about to come and like kick in the door and like, raid them. And so they're saying like, don't panic, right? And obviously we're not getting raided or anything like that, but I'm just saying, whatever it is that you are manifesting or however you're feeling, because I'm going to be real, you guys, it's something in the air, okay? There is a lot of shifts and changes happening in the air, and sometimes in the air it's turbulent, and it's a little turbulent, and it can make you feel like, oh shit, I don't know all the shit that I thought I knew, but you do. Just don't panic, okay? Don't panic. You should listen to that song. All right. Let me see here. How to robotic affirm for a dream job as a state trooper. Bunch of tests and exams to pass and go through. Already passed my first exam. Just decide that you are. Just decide that you are. You already got the job. You love it. It's amazing. Not anxiety ready to take me out. We be in here tussling. You're hilarious, Reality Goddess Festive. I love you guys. Now, hold up. You said you were God. No, really, you guys. I mean, and that's okay. Like, that's the moment that we're having over and over as life experience. But you said you were God. And the thing is, what would happen, this is why not having your validation come from 3D is so powerful. Because if your validation comes from 3D and you're like, oh, 3D is showing you some bullshit, and you're like, oh, but you said you were God, and 3D is like, yeah, you said you was God. And if your validation comes from that, then you'll be like, oh, I guess I'm not. And that's where we fall off, right? Oh, I guess I'm not. I guess I still need to read or fast or go somewhere. I need to hike the Himalayas because that's the only time that I'm gonna know myself as God. But it's just you choosing that. Yeah, you're right. I don't. Right? You right. Yeah, 3D. You right. I don't have what I want, so I can't be God. And this is now the time to stop that shit. Right now, today, this moment, ahora. Right. So you become the observer and realize you don't even have to accept the thoughts. It's your old program, not the current you. Exactly. Know that the program versus you, right? And who decides, right? But how do I know? You decide. But actually, to know deeper, the truth of you is love. If it's stemming from love, if it's stemming from joy, if it's stemming from positive goodness, that's the truth of you. If it's some lack or scare or, scarcity or fear or doubt, then you know where it's coming from. Oh, I love that, AW. Got like a few success stories, waiting on the money, but SP and I are good, and my car is finally back mobile and road legal after 3 years. That is wonderful, Nina. I'm so happy to hear that. That's beautiful. And let me tell you this, stop waiting on the money. Why? Why are you waiting? Did you put it over there? It's now, just like all these other things have been now, and you realize them, okay? So congratulations on your money as well. And everything's going to continue to get better and better and better for you, Nina. Period. Thank you, Redhead. You're so sweet. How to deal with toxic parents while dealing with finances. This is the thing, you guys. You don't really need to deal with anything. Like, it doesn't matter what you do in the 3D. If I was you, I know we spoke before, and I can't remember exactly what we said. Not that I would say that anyway. But I would say, like, if you're living with them or if you're not, just kind of, avoid them. If I'm sorry, you guys, but here's 2 ways to say it. If people in your life, whether they're family or whoever they are, that are toxic and are draining you, you don't need to have them in your life. And I'm not going to say cut your parents off. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying, do what you can, however cordial you want to be with them, be cordial. But you don't owe to talk to them all the time. You don't owe to pull up all the time or whatever it is. Like, I'm going to just say this. You as an adult, because I do believe you're an adult, but you as an adult, you have control over your life. It doesn't matter. Like, I'm going to tell you guys this, y'all. There are a lot of grown people that let their parents make decisions for them well into their 40s and 50s, okay? So you at some point have to decide, my life is mine, regardless of what they're going to say, how they're going to feel, whatever, and just live your life, But if it's dealing with what they're saying to you or doing to you or whatever, then you need to, as much as you can, block them out. Like, you have to be able to focus. And I don't know, like I said, if you're living with them, I don't know, like maybe stay in your room. I don't know, go chill in the car, go on a walk. I don't know what you got to do, but you got to be able to take your mind off of what is and put it on what you want. That's always going to be what the answer is, okay? I love those songs, Reality Goddess Festival. Oh my God. Future is a great one to listen to. Not if you're sensitive though, but if you like trap music, Future is a great one to get you in the mood. Okay. I've been hit with so much anxiety. The this isn't real fear is strong right now. And I want to think it's the old me dying and trying its best not to, but it hurts. And it's okay. It's okay. Like, it's fine. Just take care of yourself. But yeah, you guys, that's what I'm saying. Like, when you rise up, like, this is happening on so many levels. It's happening within you and it's happening in the world. But when you rise up, people don't fuck with that, right? You, even parts of you don't fuck with that, because being limitless is it's scary to the part of you that finds comfort in limitation, that finds comfort in what you know, right? That's like somebody who never leaves their hometown. Like, imagine, I don't know, you live in, like, I don't know, one of those states that, we don't really know about, one of the middle states. And you live in a small town and the town is of 200 people and that's all you knew. So you never leave. You never see a beach. You never see a city. You never see a skyscraper. You never see anything because, well, this is what I know. And that's the thing, y'all. You have the option to go back to your old self. You have the option to go as far back as you can, because once you know this, you can't unknow it. You can't unsee the synchronicity and the connection between mind and reality. But you can decide that I'm just going to go back to Muggle living, right? You can stay in the town of 200 people, but that's boring, right? It might be scary. It might be scary to get on a plane for the first time. It might be scary to go to a country where nobody speaks your language. It might be scary, but it's fun. And it's much better, right? So when you are coming into a new self-concept, the old self-concept that is based off of fear is like, what are you doing? This is not safe. We don't know what to do with this. We can't predict this. Let's not do this. So it's going to try and get you. Same thing with the collective. Everybody's awakening. So they have to be more, they're like, give them more fear, like more power, like more fear. They're getting too smart. They know that they're gods, right? What's a, what do they be saying? What's a king to a god? What's a king to a god? What's a president to a god? Nothing, right? So they're like, more power. We need to really convince them. No. You're not God. These things, these situations, right? Those things are in control of you. Okay? Don't fall for it. Most of all, don't panic. Don't panic. All right. Was getting upset about not being able to manifest. As soon as I clicked on your video, it came into reality. I love that. I intend for that, you guys. I really do. Just by you being here, you're already receiving. Okay. Is the Patreon ongoing? I'm waiting till next week when I have more time to join again. Yes, it is ongoing. You can join whenever and all the stuff will still be there. Okay. Let's see. I had my first real visualization. It happened so naturally. It was me and SP walking up to a busy booked hotel for a weekend. No reservation or nothing, and just walked in and got a room for over a week for free. All I needed was an ID, and why not me if I'm God? All good things are mine, even the seemingly impossible. I love that, Nina. That's amazing. Congratulations, Nina. You are such an inspiration. Absolutely love it. Okay. Yes. Okay. Here we go. So with the parents, you say you live with them and you do a mix of avoiding them as much as you can. You just realize how much you let yourself get brainwashed, and that's your key, right? Okay. Your thing says redhead for life, right? If I was to tell you all day, every day, your hair is blue. Your hair is blue. Your hair is never going to be anything but blue. Are you going to believe me because I said that? Or are you knowing that your hair is red? This is the thing, you guys. At some point still, we have to let the belief that other people can influence our experience without our permission. Okay? The fact that you notice that, damn, they're brainwashing me. Their thoughts are becoming my thoughts is the part where you stop that. And you can hear them. You don't have to fight them. You don't have to say, oh, mom, you're wrong. No. Oh, that's how you feel. Okay, cool. Okay, but I feel different. Just like if I was like, girl, your hair is blue. What are you talking about? You're not no redhead for life. You a blue head for life. You're not gonna be like, oh my God, let me go and change my YouTube name to blue head for life. Like, you'd be like, fuck, what you talking about? You don't know what you're talking about. And you don't even necessarily have to go back and forth with me, right? You just know what it is, Realize that your parents, everybody here, because there's some healing in this for y'all, okay? Your parents are programmed. And your parents didn't probably have Neville Goddard. They didn't have no law of assumption. They didn't have no YouTube. They didn't have none of this stuff to help them get out of trauma. A lot of our parents didn't even have therapy, okay? Because you're crazy if you're in therapy. So a lot of our parents were abused in many, many ways, did not know how to process that, and then had us, okay? So this is not saying to excuse your parents. This is not saying that you got to kick it with them all the time. This is not saying that you have to forgive them, right? This is like, for y'all, it's better to forgive, which is a lesson that I'm learning now, not about my parents, but, with other things. It's better to forgive for you, but I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying that know that what they do, it's not personal. It's not about you. It's about all their unhealed programs that they have. This entire world, you know what God told me? That the world is under a spell. Because I'm going to be real with y'all. I'm going to tell y'all some real shit. I was at a point where I did not like people. I like y'all. Like, I come talk to y'all. I really love you guys. But as far as like the collective, I was like, I don't like people. People are so dumb and like callous and uncaring and terrible. And God was telling me, like, well, they're all under spells. They're all under spells. The whole world is under a spell. They're under the spells of lack, of scarcity, of fear, of not good enough, of not unworthiness, of trauma, of abuse, of loneliness, right? Of powerlessness, of victim mentality. They're all under those spells, so they can't help but act how they act. All right? It's just like when you see badass kids and their mom don't pay them no attention, don't discipline them. And you like, yeah, they bad as fuck, but how can you blame them? Who's guiding them? Who's guiding the world? They're guided by violence and abuse and trauma and craziness. So of course, that's what happens. But you have to be the one that sets yourself apart, right? You can't look to the world to save you. You can't look for anybody to change. Your parents, you can't look at your parents like, once you're going to apologize, I'll let go of the hurt and the anger. You're going to be waiting, okay? They don't even know how to process what they've been through to even understand and be able to be open to what you've been through. They looking at what they've been through and looking at what you've been through. They like anxiety. Man, I was getting beat over the head with bottles. Like, I don't want to hear about anxiety, okay? But it's about you taking your supremacy back over every single thing and every single person, including your parents, okay? All right. I love you guys. I love y'all so much. I haven't been able to respond to the comments, you guys, because I've been going through my own things over here, you guys. So, but just know that I love all of you. I see your comments. I love y'all so much. I appreciate y'all so much. You guys don't understand how much these interactions fill me up too, and just having a community like you guys that I can connect with is a big blessing for me as well. So thank you guys for being here. Yes. Nina, I just told my sister I'm ready to walk through walls. I'm ready to be so unbothered, so divinely perfect, and I am. Oh, damn, girl. I need that on a t-shirt, because that's how I'm feeling too, Nina. I'm so proud of you, Nina. You have come so far. You have come so far, Nina, in like the past freaking, week or so? I'm so proud of you, girl. Please take this crown. Round of applause, girl. Okay, how do you manifest health? My favorite way to manifest health is knowing yourself as God. Knowing that you can't be imperfect, number one. You can't really be imperfect. So illness is an illusion. Illness is an illusion, right? First, and then second of all, know that your cells listen and respond to you just like your reality. Realize that your body is a part of the reality. It's a part of 3D, and it's a part of the illusion as well. Your cells are listening to you. So don't accept illness, and only know and acknowledge health. Now, if you're in something that is painful or you have symptoms or whatever, be there for yourself in that, okay? Be there for yourself in that, but take time daily, and as much time as you can, conditioning yourself as healthy, as perfect, okay? You're renewed into every moment. You're new in every moment. Okay? So you don't have to bring the 6 cells from the past moment into the now moment. You can decide that the cells that are being reborn right now are perfect and in line and harmonious, right? So, but it's just attention. Know that you can, because you can and you are and you did, or you wouldn't even be asking that. You would be somewhere else, you know, at the doctor, like, this shit ain't working. You got something else, you know? But you're going to your mind where your source is. So trust that. Also, look at a lot of people who has manifested health. You guys, success stories are very powerful because they stretch our mind into what we think is possible. We have so much that is kind of negating us. Like, you're not powerful. No, this is going on. You can't do nothing about that. We have a lot of that going on, but feed your mind. That's something that I say that very much helped me. I was constantly feeding my mind with this knowledge, with this information. Okay? Oh, Jenna, you're so sweet. She says, if you're feeling upset, just watch Olivia and everything will be fine. You're so sweet. The thought of going back to regular living makes me sad. Mama K, girl, you're so far past that. I feel that with the parent thing, boundaries, when they make you feel obligated for helping you monetarily or giving you things. No, they love to give you things. It's their pleasure. They don't want anything in return. They just love giving you things. What French Montana song? Are you talking about the song I'm talking about? Reality Got Infested? The song I'm talking about is Meek Mill and Rick Ross. How to break out of toxic loops and patterns that follow us, block our manifestations, or try to sabotage. Okay, so the first thing is to become aware of the pattern. The fact that you're already aware that you're in a pattern, you've already made the first step. Now be aware within the pattern, right? You could become aware like after, right? Like, damn, this is the 6th time that's happened to me before, right? But what you want to do is become aware in the pattern when you're acting it out, right? Ooh, I'm dating someone and they're giving me red flags. And usually I just ignore those and think, oh, that doesn't matter, whatever, it's fine, and go along with it. And the last 6 times, that didn't work out so well for me. So maybe I should just cut it off here, right? Like, ooh, here I am manifesting money. It's day 3 and nothing seems to have shifted. So I'm tempted to go back into the negative thinking and just decide that this is impossible anyways and go right back to how I was thinking before. Yeah. Oh, this is my 111th time doing that. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I should persist, right? Catch yourself within the pattern and then shift it. Know that you don't have to perpetuate a pattern just because you've been in it, right? And see yourself as above the pattern, because you are. Like, stop seeing yourself like, ooh, this is a part of me. Like, we take on like our beliefs and like our assumptions and the patterns and all this shit. We're like, ooh, this is me. This is who I am. I'm just toxic because I'm a Gemini. Like, no, dude, you just have been repeating and accepting a story as true. That's it. You've been repeating and accepting a story as true, and now you can stop repeating it and repeat something else and accept a new story as true. And that's just that. But you got to be present. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. You have to be present. When I say being present, I mean being aware of who you are, being aware of yourself as the creator. It's like the difference between being the artist, like I said, who's drawing and perfectly drawing his drawing, and then forgetting that you're drawing and your pencil's going all over and you're doing this and this and this, and they're like, oh my God, look at that. That looks nothing like what I want, right? You got to be aware. You have to be present. Speaking of, drawing and coloring is a really good way to be present because you're extremely present in the moment. Hi, Sheila. I was just thinking about you too. Oh my God. That's wild, you cousins. Y'all are crazy. That's wild. Not crazy, but like crazy in a good way. That's wild. Okay. My mind is struggling on the forgiving. I feel like I've done that too much, but I got to rewire because it's all somehow my own manifested results and all this happening around me. Hey, listen, I feel you, okay? That was my same, that was my same conclusion. I was like, I didn't forgive enough in my life. I'm good on forgiving. But the important thing to remember is that forgiveness is about allowing your cork to float. Forgiveness is about allowing your light to shine. When we talk about living from the God state, it's actually nothing that you're becoming. It's you undoing and releasing all the things that are not like God, all the limiting things. And if you are harboring hatred or anger towards someone, you're just not as in your God state as you could be. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, that was hard for me to accept because I was like, man, fuck them. They did that. So I'm just protecting myself. But when you know yourself as one with all, and when you're really seeing others as God sees others, right? And seeing the God in others, then and you choose peace over pride, peace over being right? You will forgive. And it's no rush. I firmly believe you probably most likely need to be angry first. Not all the time, but depending on what it is, anger is a place you need to pass through on your way to forgiveness, and that's okay. But when you're ready to stop carrying that and you want to be lighter and let your cork float. This is Abraham Hicks, where she's basically talking about the God state, and I see that now. But she was saying, your cork, and she's talking about like your vibration, is like a cork bobbing on the surface of water. And you're not trying to make it bob. It just floats. It's just, are you holding it down and doing less of the things that hold it down, and holding anger and resentment in yourself for whatever reason, even if it's justified, you guys, it's not good for you. And it's not doing anything for the people that you think. You're like, I'm mad at them. I'm thinking bad thoughts about them. I'm doing this. And they over there, la-di-da-di-da, living their life, picking out stuff at TJ Maxx. Like, you know what I'm saying? But your heart is heavy. Okay, so it's about letting your cork float. It's not about them. Reality got infested. Everyone is dumb. How did I get here? Cry, cry, cry. Girl, listen, you must be in my head. Oh my God. A girl's cruise trip. That sounds fun. You missed the retreat last year. I haven't done the retreat yet, you guys. I've had too much going on to plan a retreat, but I still am going to do that at some point. Okay. Oh, you always take me out of the bad state. I love that. Celeb. That makes me so happy. I'm just reminding you who you are. That's it. That's it. That's why y'all feel good here, because it's not really me, although I do believe I am a dope individualization of God. It's just the God in me that's in you. Like, oh, there I am. There I am. I'm not, oh yeah, like all this stuff is just, it's just for play. It's not serious. Like, oh my gosh. Know you to go, period. I love you guys. Oh my gosh. Any tips on instant manifestation? Ooh, yes. I love that. Okay, instant manifestation. What works best for me when it comes to instantaneously manifesting things? Two things, going past it. So not even like, ooh, I'm manifesting this thing and it's happening now. Now. It's like, no, it already happened. I just like fully accept in the moment. It already happened. No, it's, or sometimes I do say it's happening. Like, it's just like, most of the time I go past it. Like, it already happened. It's already done. The second thing is, dang, it just left my head. It already happened. And what was I going to say? I can't remember, but it'll come back to me. And when it does, I'll tell you. But yeah, go past it. It already happened. Understand that there's no time but now. Okay. Oh, releasing the need for it. So, and even releasing the desire for it, right? This is what I be talking about, is when you're in the desire, when I'm like, oh my God, okay, I want this thing to manifest right now. Come on, thing, come on. Like Matilda, she's like, tip over glass. you're still in the needing of it. You're still in the beginning. You're still like, oh, it hasn't happened. Can it go ahead and happen? Decide that it did happen. Okay? When Jesus was healing people, he wasn't like, all right, you're healed. Did it get up yet? Oh, you're healed. Like, it was like full certainty. Like, no, it's like this now. And it comes down to giving yourself supremacy and authority over your reality. That's what it comes down to. Y'all, if you can take anything from manifesting from the God state, is giving yourself supremacy and authority over your reality. The more that you decide that this reality is in my control, the more that you're able to control it. In that note, I had a lucid dream today and it was so cool. It was so cool. Oh, happy birthday, almost Mama K. You're a Leo. Okay, big Leo energy. Yes. Leos be having like the best self-concept. Yeah, listen to the Rick Ross one on Reality God Fest. I'm gonna listen to the French Montana one. The Rick Ross one is old too. It's very, very, very old. Like, I think I was in like high school or middle school when it came out. After listening to you, I realized I didn't want to manifest a specific person because they were toxic and abusive to me, and I manifested a whole new person who was way better. Tiffany Diamond, I am so proud of you. I'm so happy for you. I am intending so much beauty and love over your relationship. How to manifest when sad. Oh, it's okay to be sad. Okay, this is the thing, y'all. Let me say this about emotions and manifestation, and then I'm gonna go because this is going on for a long time. You don't need your emotions to be in check to manifest. It's just easier to focus when your emotions are in check. Does that mean that you can't focus when your emotions are not in check? No, it doesn't. It just means that, now, in my opinion, depends on how sad you are. Are you in despair? If you're in despair, give yourself a minute. Take a bath, go on a walk, watch a funny movie. Give yourself a sec, right? If you're like, I'm kind of always just sad, right? Then just focus. Just focus your intention. You don't have to be like, oh my God, everything's amazing. I got my manifestation. All you got to be like is, I got my manifestation. I got it. It's cool. I have this thing, right? Realize that you're manifesting all the time, you guys. You're manifesting all the time. It doesn't matter how you're feeling, okay? But once you start to get control, like once you start to deepen in your belief about manifesting, then you can go ahead and manifest yourself feeling happier if you want to, you know? All right. Y'all are so funny. What about fear? I get the anger thing, but when our well-being is threatened, how to let the cork float then? Assert yourself over 3D. Okay? You're afraid. And this is actually a good one to actually round it up. Because you're afraid because you don't believe you're in control. Let me ask you this, you guys, okay? If you were about to fight a big, huge guy like the Hulk, okay? If you were about to fight the Hulk, would you be scared? Yeah. Yeah, because he can crush you, right? But what if you were a wizard? What if you were the Scarlet Witch? What if you could make the Hulk float with your wand? What if you could poof him into a tadpole? Would you be scared then? No. You're in fear because you still believe that reality is control over you. You still don't believe and accept yourself as God, which is why that's why I'm talking about with everything with y'all. When you accept yourself as God, this is what I'm saying, you guys, and this is what I've noticed in me. Because as much as like I know this stuff and I teach this stuff, I was still actively accepting limitation on myself at times. And those were the things that I was not accepting myself as God. I was like, well, but that's just what it is. Well, I don't know. I've been trying and I don't know. Oh, but I'm scared. Because in that moment, now you may have other moments. You may have moments of clarity where you're like, oh, but oh my God, I don't need to be scared of that. And what you need to do is have more moments like that. You need to have more moments where you're aware of who you are, right? And you won't be scared. But when you're not, you don't know who you are, you're going to be scared because it's scary. I be saying, like, Earth is like a horror show sometimes. I mean, it's like, if y'all, especially, I don't even watch the news. Just the stuff that makes it to me, I'm just like, oh my God. But you have to make it your romantic comedy, right? You have to make it your romantic comedy. You have to make it your utopia, right? The kingdom of heaven is yours to claim, but you can't do it from fear, okay? You can't do it from fear. So, number one, stop being scared of fear. Stop being scared of fear. That's the thing. Oh, you're fearing? Okay, let that be all right. Learn how to accept yourself in every moment. Okay, I'm afraid. I'm afraid. Yeah, there's scary stuff going on. Yeah, my mind's thinking some scary stuff. It's okay. All right. But I am a creator, though. And if this world is all my imagination, then what would I rather it be? What do I choose it to be? I don't have to accept whatever's making me scared. I don't have to be scared of being scared. I just get to choose again. Okay? All right. Not Matilda was locked in, y'all. I can't. Y'all hilarious. Okay. I love you guys. Wow. One who possess. That's so interesting. I like that. Because technically, you guys, we're all possessed with God right now. God is animating all of our beings right now. Anyhow, I'm intending that this prospers you all immensely. I am absolutely sure that it has. I'd love to have you guys in the group program that's happening in August. If you'd like to join, there's info in the description. You also can join the GodState Remembrance, which is the monthly membership, and you get your first 7 days free for that one, also in the description. But other than that, I love you all, intending that you guys get some amazing, incredible manifestations right now. Right now. As you click off, you see the notification. Oh my God, I got what I wanted. Wow, incredible, amazing. And it just keeps going. And you just keep conditioning your moment and your now and yourself as your highest timeline, your highest version of reality. And I love that for you guys. All right, you guys, I will see you guys in a video soon.